And I'm Nick Koenig.
Welcome to Wttn, World Time Travel News.
As you know, we always open the show with the reading of a letter from our letter bin. These are letters sent from you, our audience, to see where and when we are going to travel in history, and to report everything back to you.
This one is from John Seymour from Urbandale, Iowa. It reads, Dear Marlise and Nick, I have relatives from both Germany and Russia that I've never had the opportunity to meet. I would like to know what life is like in Germany and Russia after communism. Could you travel back in time to after the collapse of communism in both countries? Thank you. I can't wait to learn all about it.
Thanks for the letter, John. We've equipped our team with special watches that are programmed to let them know exactly where they are, what year they're in, and it also serves as our communication device. So without further ado, let's get our crew over to the time machine.
Alright, are you two ready? 3,
2,
1...
What's that? Any second now, we should be getting signals from Dice in Germany.
Oh, here he is. Hi, Dice.
Hey you guys, I'm here in what seems like Berlin, Germany. It's October 3rd, 1993.
So, what makes this date so important, Dice? Why did you time travel to this date exactly?
Well, Nick, this is exactly 3 years after the reunification of Germany, on October 3rd, 1990. I chose this date to see just how things are going since the recent end of communism. Now, here for an interview, Olga Skruvenheimer.
It's Struvenheimer.
Okay then. So tell me about the feelings people had after communism in Germany.
Oh yes, the Berlin Wall in 1989 crumbled. I was so happy. My husband was on the east side and I was on the west side. I could not believe it. I was so happy. Finally, when the Berlin Wall fell, we all knew communism was over and Germany was unified. The nationalism pride was skyrocketing. I was happy. I was even better than I was now. Just thinking about it is so happy.
Sorry about that, but now, back to Marlise and Nick at the station.
Thanks, Dice. There are many economic struggles that people face in Germany post-communism. Former East Germany had extremely poor production and high costs. People living there preferred food and products from the West, which also contributed to the upturn and boost there. Because of this, East Germany experienced severe unemployment, about 3 million people within a year of unification. In 1993, the economy was so low it had a growth rate of negative 1.2%. Oh, it looks like Brittany has finally made it to her destination. Brittany?
Hey guys, I'm here in Red Square in Russia's capital, Moscow. The date is December 26, 1996.
So, Brittany, why of all the days did you choose this one to travel to?
About 5 years ago, thousands gathered here to celebrate the end of the USSR and ultimately the end of communism in Russia. Now we have to be interviewed Ivan Bakrumova. Hello there, Ivan.
Hello there.
So tell us, why exactly was December 26, 1991 such an important and memorable day in history?
Well, Brittany, it marks the end of suffering for my people here in Russia. And so many people face horrible consequences because Stalin imprisoned people who are accused of being against his communist regime. And millions faced starvation and death with the Great Purge in 1934.
What exactly is the Great Purge?
The Great Purge is basically when Stalin eradicated everyone who was against his regime, like anti-communists, counter-revolutionaries and such. And as a result of all of this, Soviet citizens were afraid to demand reforms.
See folks, there was so much unrest and chaos throughout Russia and no one to stand up for their views. Finally, More and more Eastern European countries began gaining independence, and the new Russian leader, Boris Yeltsin, officially suspended and later banned the Communist Party. Russians gained feelings of hope for the future and now have a strong sense of nationalism and pride for their country. Back to the desk for Nick and Marlise.
Thanks, Brittany. There are many economic factors that took place in Russia after the collapse of the Soviet Union that really helped to turn things around.
Yes, Marlise. When he came to power after Gorbachev, Boris Yeltsin introduced many radical economic reforms.
The years following only brought more good to the economy in Russia. In January of 1992, prices were liberalized and goods reappeared in stores. The hope of the people grew even stronger.
During 1993 and 1994, shares were transferred from government firms to their managers, workers, and the public through the mass privatization program.
And in 1994, almost 70% of the Russian economy was in Russian hands. Soon they had even stabilized the ruble, the Russian currency.
Well, it looks like Dice is a very special treat for us back over in Germany. Over to you, Dice.
Hi guys, President Reagan has made a special visit to Germany to be here with us today. Hello Mr. President, it's an honor to have you here with us today.
It's my pleasure.
So tell us Mr. President, what were you thinking when you ordered for the Berlin Wall to be taken down?
I knew something had to be done, and it needed to be done right away. The people in Germany were in distress, and there's no reason that they should have been divided, and people should be torn away from their families, all because of their location in Germany.
How did you feel once the wall was torn down?
Honestly, I felt incredible. It was an extraordinary moment for all of us, and I was extremely proud of the United States as well as the people of Germany.
Ah, I see. Now about Germany, do you believe that your stance in advocating against the Berlin Wall really contributed to its downfall?
I do believe that my speech to Gorbachev contributed immensely, but it was not me alone. The citizens of Germany were the main contributors. The unity that the citizens of Germany possessed really came together for the cause.
That's a great point, Mr. President. So tell us, are there any complications you can think of politically that came with this?
Far from complications. With the fall of communism, the countries that were affected by it already show signs of prosperity.
So with the fall of communism, people are no longer being mercilessly killed. What change has this brought to Germany?
People are no longer afraid of being able to express themselves. They have the freedom to think and convey their beliefs and explore new possibilities. This has led to the growth of Germany by expansion of the mind and leads to new scientific and technological achievements.
Well, thank you so much for your time, Mr. President.
My pleasure.
Wow, Dice, thank you. Wasn't it nice to be able to see Mr. Reagan again, Nick?
That it was, Marlise. That it was.
Looks like we've got another interview. Take it away, Brittany.
Oh, Mr. Gorbachev, thank you for being with us today.
It's a pleasure to be here.
So, Mr. Gorbachev, did you ever think Russia would be where it is now from 10 years ago?
With Russia heading towards reform, I expected some progress eventually, yes. But as much as it improved in just this short amount of time, I am truly surprised. I expected the Russian people to do even more great things in the future.
I know this is a sensitive topic, but could you please tell us what happened in the final years of your leadership and what happened in the years after that?
Oh, no, it's fine, I don't mind it. In the final years of my leadership, I tried to bring radical reforms like perestroika and glasnost to the Soviet Union. Sadly, these failed, so a coup d'etat was staged. I resigned shortly after the attempt was unsuccessful. After that, the current president, Boris Yeltsin, came into power, and the USSR was disbanded and communism was banned. Russia is now a stable country with Yeltsin introducing social and military reforms.
Do you ever wish that it could have been different, that you were the one to pull Russia out of this economic slump?
Well, yes, of course, but things always work out for the best.
Well then, Mr. Gorbachev, please tell me about how the technological, intellectual, and scientific advances were before the Soviet Union disbanded.
Well, for a long time, back in the 30s and 40s, Stalin had put in lots of important scientists in the gulags, so we were so strained and our economy was so bad that there was simply no money to fund any scientific and technological research, so advances were never made. And also the school systems were horrid and the press was heavily censored.
And how about now?
It has gotten much better, yes. Since the Russian economy is better, the Russian people have more money to fund things like that now. The press is not as heavily censored, and I expect some major advances in the upcoming future.
Well, Mr. Gorbachev, thank you very much for your time.
Sure thing.
Thanks, Brittany. What a wonderful interview.
Now over to Dice for an interview with a German citizen.
So tell me, what are some intellectual and cultural factors of post-communism here in Germany?
With the Berlin Wall gone, everyone is more at ease.
No more censorship.
People no longer felt oppressed. Thank you.
People could think freely and express their beliefs without fear.
Well, there you have it, from the citizens themselves. Over to you, Nick.
Thanks, Dice. Now back to Brittany over in Russia.
Action.
Hey all you WTTN viewers, we're going to find a little bit about Russian culture and some cool intellectual facts from the people of Russia themselves. Let's go. So what were some intellectual and cultural factors present here in Russia after communism?
People were tired of the censorship and having aspects of their lives controlled, so a lot of it was not good, you know?
Couldn't see certain films or listen to Western music. Even wearing jeans was frowned upon.
Hi, my name is Vladimir. Well, Glasnost allowed them to speak out against the regime, but they wanted to govern themselves. Thank you. Wait, am I still on?
There you have it, folks. Germany and Russia after communism.
This is WTTN, World Time Travel News. I'm Arlise Yusijin.
And I'm Nick Conan.
Until next week,
The
the report is in, and we're
out.